pizza. It was delicious.
Oh, Jonah. Bonjour, everybody, and welcome back to Maroochy News.
Hi, Jacinta. It's great to be back sharing great things about Maroochydore State School. And thanks to you all for watching. We really appreciate it.
That's right, Jonah. So let's stop chatting and let's get right into it. What do we have in store for today?
Well, for our first story, our classroom reporter Lily got to chat with Miss Sinclair about what's going on in the 1-2 Smarties.
Then Akisha got to chat with Mr. Buckley about our music guru and what he's up to and all the Maroochydore State School music program.
And after that, Michaela got to sit down with Mrs. Longhurst. Jacinta, I can't wait to share Michaela's story. It's a ripper.
Definitely. But first we have our first lead story.
Too true, Jacinta. And for our lead story today, me and Jacinta must confess we are a part of this one.
That's right, Jonah. Shanae, Hugh, and myself and Jonah got to grow basil that has been in space.
We got to sit down with Mr. Mace and Mrs. Bassett, who are deep into an amazing science experiment.
This experiment is something people would see in NASA or in the International Space Station.
Let's check it out.
At Maroochydore State School, we have a couple of space-related projects underway.
Miss Bassett, our science teacher, has an experiment underway right now, actually.
Could you please tell us what is happening with your project?
I certainly could. So I'm running the ExoLab project, which will look like this. The idea is that we're growing some red clover seeds and comparing our data with what they have got on the International Space Station.
Okay. And another one of our projects is Mr. Mace has some seeds in space.
So, Mr. Mace, how did the seeds get up to space?
They went up to space via a rocket from JAXA, which is the Japanese Space Agency, and then they've come back on their return capsule. When they got back to Japan, they were then transported to Australia.
That's cool. So, what have you and Miss Bassett been doing with the seeds?
Well, I've actually been using some of our school leaders, and for the first time today, we'll reveal some of our progress. We planted the basil seeds in our special growing chamber probably just over a week ago, and we have had some success.
Cool. I know we've done radishes in space before, and they were bigger. Will the space basil be bigger?
Jonah, good question. I don't know. But from our initial investigation, our stems are probably 2 to 3 centimetres in height, so they seem to be growing really, really well. In this growing chamber, we've got 12 successful basil seeds growing, germinating. Miss Bassett, they're not quite all germinated there.
No, I've only got a few little sprouts.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to do a little bit of comparison.
Okay. How did you get your hands on these seeds?
They came through an Australian company called One Giant Leap Foundation, and they work with schools on projects like this.
Well, that's all the questions. Thank you for your time today, Mr. Mace and Miss Bassett.
Let's get back to the studio. Man, that's so exciting.
Yeah, pretty sweet, right? We will need to check in and see how it's all progressing. Maybe add a little of that basil to a pasta sauce.
Yes, but now it's time to pass the mic over to our classroom reporter Lily, who got to talk with Miss Sinclair in the 1-2 Smarties.
Over to you, Lily.
Miss Sinclair, thank you for your time today. How is 2021 going for you?
So far, really good. This term has gone very, very quick, and we have got lots and lots of work done in our classroom so far.
What's going on in your classroom?
So we just started our English unit, so we're looking at narratives, so we're talking about characters, the setting, beginning, middle and end of the story.
What do you and your students get up to?
What do we get up to? Oh, we are very, very busy in the 1-2 LS classroom. We do lots of sound waves, handwriting, lots of English work, reading, maths. Oh, we're so busy.
What books do you read to your class?
At the moment, we are reading the Roald Dahl books. We just finished the fantastic Mr. Fox and we're starting Charlie and the Chocolate Factory tomorrow.
What's your favourite subject to teach?
Oh, my favourite subject. At the moment, I'm really enjoying HASS. We're learning about the past, so we're looking at technologies from the past compared to today. So it's very interesting.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Lily. That was awesome. Nice work, Smarties.
It sure is Jacinta, but now let's move on.
Now it's time for Akeisha, who sat with Mr. Buckley and talked about music.
That's right, Jacinta. Over to you, Akeisha.
Thanks, Joan and Jacinta. Hello, everybody. I'm here with Mr. Buckley, our school, the instrument teacher. Thanks for your time, Mr. Buckley.
That's all right, it's a pleasure.
What year do you have to be to play an instrument in this school?
At this school, students start in grade 4.
Grade 4.
Yes.
What instruments do you offer in our school?
We offer woodwinds and brass. Woodwinds are like flutes and clarinets and saxophones, and brass are trumpets and trombones, and also we offer percussion.
Okay. How many instruments can you play?
Basically 4 instruments and a bit of percussion. I play trumpet, trombone, flute, clarinet and saxophone, and a bit of percussion as well.
How old were you when you started to play the instrument?
I was in high school. I was about 13 or 14.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Buckley, for telling us about instruments.
No problem. Pleasure to talk with you. Thank you.
Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Akeisha. That was sweet. Jonah, Mr. Buckley is very talented. We are lucky to have somebody like him at our school.
Totally, Jacinta. Hey, you know I can play an instrument, the spoons. And I can sing, Waltzing Matilda.
Jonah, please never do that again. Please.
Okay, time for Michaela and her chat with Mrs. Longhurst.
This is so cool. Over to you, Michaela.
Thanks, Joan Jacinta. Hello, Miss Longhurst. So I heard you and your son volunteer at Turtle Care.
We do. We've been doing it for about 6 years now.
Wow, that's a long time.
It is.
Can you tell us all about what you do caring for the turtles?
Sure. One of our jobs is we need to walk the beach early in the mornings to see if we can find any turtle tracks. If we find turtle tracks, then we've got to try and locate the eggs. Then if we find the eggs, we need to put a mesh over them because we've got a little fox that lives down at Point Cartwright. So we need to protect the eggs from the fox. And then we wait and we wait. And about 60, 65 days, the eggs will be ready to hatch. And then we sit at night time waiting for the hatchlings to come out.
That's interesting. How do you like the experience?
It's a wonderful experience. We've got a group of really friendly volunteers with lots of knowledge.
What types of turtles do you see on your walk at the beach?
So the main types of turtles that we have here on the Sunshine Coast are the loggerhead turtles. Every now and again we might get a green turtle that comes to visit, but mainly loggerhead turtles.
Which turtle is the most popular you see?
So because we mainly get loggerheads, the only other turtle that we will see is the green turtle. There are lots of green turtles up north near the Great Barrier Reef. They're very popular up there.
Okay. Are there any age limits on volunteering?
No, there's no age limits. My son was about 10 when he started with me. He just needs to have an adult with him.
Okay. I believe you have some photos to share with us.
I do. I've got some photos here that I've taken over my time. This is what the turtle tracks look like on the sand. So sometimes you might get confused with the boogie boarders who ride theirs down the sand dunes, but this is what the turtle tracks look like on the beach. Once we find the turtle tracks, we need to see where she's laid her eggs. Then we have a look for the eggs. About 140 to 150 eggs in a nest.
Wow.
So there's a lot of little eggs hiding underneath the sand. This is the mother turtle as she's heading back to the beach. We were lucky enough to see one this season. And then we wait for, like I said, the 60, 65 days for the eggs to hatch, and then those 150 hatchlings will come out all at once. It's a little bit like a volcano, but there they are heading towards the water. Yeah.
Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Michaela. Turtles are awesome. We have to thank Mrs. Longhurst and her family for the work they do.
And the turtles say thank you too. That's right, Jonah, but now it's time for the long and short of it. Wait, hey Jonah, where were you on that one?
Yeah, about that. There is no long and short of it this week.
What?
Yeah, but that's because the boys are working on something pretty huge. Can you wait for them to report back to us?
Oh, bummer. But that's what investigators do, I guess.
Anyway, now it's time for sports.
Oh yeah, I think this week he's chatting about Auskick with Onyx. Take it away, Rowan.
Thanks, Jacinta and Jonah. Welcome back to your weekly sports reports. Today I'm here with Onyx, who plays Auskick. Thanks for your time, Onyx.
You're welcome.
Tell me, Onyx, what is Auskick all about?
Well, it's just like AFL, and we just kick the ball around with each other, handball, and do all sorts of fun stuff.
What club do you play for, and how often do you play?
Well, I used to play down in Melbourne last year, and now I am starting to play it in Queensland up here. So,
Very good. Where did you first play Auskick?
I played Auskick when I was 7 years old, and I was down in Melbourne, and it was really fun doing it.
What about Auskick do you like?
Well, I just like seeing my mates there. I like doing activities and all sorts of running and jogging and handballing and kicking, and it's just amazing.
Why would you encourage others to play Auskick?
I'd encourage them because you can see your friends, or maybe see your friends and you could run around with them. All of the coaches there are amazing, and everyone would love it.
Fantastic. Can you show me some of your Auskick skills?
For sure.
It's called a handball. This is called a drop ball. Back to you guys in the studio.
That's awesome. I might have to try Auskick sometime.
Yeah, but now it's time to pass it on to our weatherman, Byron.
Over to you, Byron.
Jacinta, welcome back to Maroochy News Weather, Episode 3. For Monday it will be cloudy, but a shower in the afternoon and the top of 25 degrees. For Tuesday it will be cloudy and a thunderstorm in the afternoon and the top of 27 degrees. For Wednesday there will be a morning shower, but mostly cloudy in the afternoon and the top of 25 degrees. Don't forget an umbrella. For Thursday there will be morning thunderstorms, otherwise it will be cloudy and the top of 25 degrees. For Friday it will be mostly cloudy in the morning, but there will be thunderstorms and showers in the afternoon and the top of 26 degrees. For Saturday there will be morning thunderstorms, otherwise clouds and sunshine and the top of 25 degrees. For Sunday it will be hot with a morning thunderstorm and the top of 26 degrees. See you next time on Maroochy News. Have fun and stay cool.
Okay, everyone, that's it. Everyone, take a well-earned break.
Yep, now everyone, this episode's over, but we'll be back after our break.
Stay safe, everybody.
Bye!
This has been a 5-6 AL Barbarians production.